The hospital's ceiling has exactly 47 water stains. I've counted them 3 times now, lying here in this sterile bed, feeling emptier than I ever thought possible. Not just because of what I've lost, but because of what I've learned. My phone buzzes on the nightstand. Another sympathy message I won't read. They all say the same thing anyway. So sorry for your loss. But they don't know about the real loss, do they? They think it's just about the baby. Our miracle baby that took 5 rounds of IVF and cost us everything emotionally, physically, financially. They don't know that I've also lost my husband, my trust, my future, and now, thanks to the emergency hysterectomy, any chance of ever carrying another child. The morphine is wearing off, but the pain in my abdomen is nothing compared to the rage building in my chest. I reach for Marcus's phone, which he left behind when the paramedics rushed me here 6 hours ago. He's probably at training, playing the concerned husband while texting her. I know the passcode. It's the date we got married. How laughably ironic. My fingers shake as I scroll through messages I wish I'd never seen. 3 months of lies. 3 months of I love you texts to Zara Montenegro while he held my hand through hormone injections and pregnancy tests. But it's not just the affair that makes my blood run cold. It's the other messages. The ones to his accountant about the Cayman Islands account. The ones about shell companies and fake endorsement deals. The screenshots of bank transfers that make my head spin with all those zeros. My husband, Marcus Wilson, the golden boy of Manchester United, the face of Nike's latest campaign, has been systematically stealing from the taxman for years. Millions upon millions hidden away while I worried about affording the next IVF cycle. I think about the timeline, the stress of discovering his betrayal, the cramping that started just hours later, the blood, the panic, the doctors telling me they had to take everything to save my life. He did this. His lies killed our baby and destroyed my body. My phone rings. It's him. Sarah, baby, how are you feeling? I'm so sorry I couldn't stay, but Coach needed us for the tactical briefing. I'll be there as soon as I can. His voice is smooth, practiced. The same voice that whispered, I love you, when the pregnancy test showed 2 lines just 4 weeks ago. The same voice that's been telling another woman the same lies for months. I'm fine, I lie, surprised by how steady I sound. Take your time. The doctors say you need rest. Don't worry about anything else, okay? I'll handle everything. I'm sure he will, just like he's been handling everything else. After he hangs up, I stare at the phone for a long moment. Then I do something I never thought I'd do. I screenshot everything. Every message, every bank statement, every document in his cloud storage that he was stupid enough to keep synced on this phone. The woman in the mirror across the room looks like a stranger. Hollow-eyed, pale, but there's something new there too. Something sharp and focused. The victim is gone. What's left is someone with nothing left to lose and everything to gain. I Google Zara Montenegro. 2.3 million Instagram followers. Brand partnerships with luxury cosmetics. A lifestyle blog about authentic living that makes me want to laugh. She's beautiful in that curated, filtered way that makes everything in her life look like a magazine spread. Her latest post is from this morning. A yoga pose at sunrise with the caption, New day, new blessings. #grateful mindful morning. How mindful was she when she was fucking my husband? But as I scroll through her content, I see something else. She genuinely seems to believe her own narrative about empowerment and authenticity. Either she's the world's best actress, or she has no idea that the man she's sleeping with is married, has a wife currently lying in a hospital bed after losing their long-awaited child. That gives me an idea. I create a fake Instagram account. Nothing elaborate, just enough to send a direct message. Then I spend the next hour crafting the most important message I'll ever write. Hi Zara, you don't know me, but I think we need to talk about Marcus Wilson. I have some information you might find interesting about the man you've been seeing. I'm not looking to hurt you. I think you deserve to know the truth. If you're willing to listen, I'd like to meet. I attach one photo. Marcus and me at our wedding, smiling like we believed in forever. Then I hit send. The first move in what will become the most important game of my life. And unlike Marcus, I don't intend to lose. 2 days later, I'm discharged with a folder full of prescriptions and follow-up appointments I'll never be able to afford if Marcus's assets get frozen. Which they will, if I have anything to do with it. Zara hasn't responded to my message, but I can see she's read it. I'm not surprised. If I were in her position, I'd probably think it was just another jealous wife trying to cause drama. But I have patience now, and I have a plan. Marcus has been the perfect attentive husband since I got home, bringing me tea, fluffing pillows, asking if I need anything every 10 minutes. It would be touching if I didn't know he was texting her the entire time he thought I was sleeping. The club's arranged for counseling, he says, sitting on the edge of our bed. For both of us, to help us work through the loss. That's thoughtful of them. I keep my voice neutral. Will you be able to fit it in around your training schedule? Of course. You're my priority, Sarah, you know that. The lie slides off his tongue so easily. 3 years of marriage, 5 rounds of IVF, and now this, all while he was building a financial empire I knew nothing about. I was thinking, I continue carefully, maybe I should understand our finances better. The medical bills, the future treatments if we decide to try adoption or surrogacy. I should know what we're working with. Something flickers across his face, just for a second. Don't worry about that right now. You need to focus on healing. But I want to help. We're a team, right? Right, he kisses my forehead. But let me handle the money stuff. It's complicated with the contracts and taxes. I don't want to stress you out. After he leaves for training, I spend the morning researching financial crimes. The penalties for tax evasion, how investigations work, what triggers audits. By lunch, I have a clear picture of just how much trouble my husband could be in. My phone chimes, a DM notification. I think we should talk, but not over messages. Are you free for coffee tomorrow? Zara Montenegro has taken the bait. The coffee shop is crowded enough that we won't be overheard, but quiet enough that we can have a real conversation. I arrive 15 minutes early and choose a corner table where I can see the entrance. When Zara walks in, she's even more striking in person. Tall, graceful, with the kind of effortless style that probably takes hours to achieve. She looks around uncertainly until I wave her over. Sarah, she sits down across from me, studying my face. You look exactly like your wedding photo. Thank you for coming. I wasn't sure you would. She orders a matcha latte and fidgets with her phone. Look, I'm not sure what this is about. Marcus mentioned he was married, but he said you were separated, getting divorced. My heart stops for just a moment. He told you we were separated. He said it was amicable, that you'd grown apart. He showed me papers. What papers? Divorce papers. He said you'd already signed them. You were just waiting for the court date. I pull out my phone and show her a photo from last month. Marcus and me at the fertility clinic, holding hands in the waiting room before our 5th IVF transfer. This was taken 4 weeks ago, the day our baby was conceived. Zara goes very still. Your baby? I lost it 3 days ago. Miscarriage, the stress of finding out about you, actually. I keep my voice matter-of-fact, clinical. I don't want her pity, I want her anger. Her face drains of color. Oh my God, I had no idea, he said. He told me you couldn't have children, that you decided not to. The coffee shop fades around us. All I can hear is the blood rushing in my ears. He said what? That you'd tried for a while but decided to focus on your careers instead. That you were both okay with not having kids. Her hands are shaking now. Sarah, I'm so sorry. I would never, if I had known. I slide a folder across the table. There's more. She opens it and stares at the bank statements, the offshore account information, the messages between Marcus and his accountant. What is this? Your boyfriend is a criminal. He's been hiding income from the tax authorities for years. Those vacations he took you on. That apartment he bought you. All paid for with money that should have gone to Her Majesty's Revenue and Customs. Zara is quiet for a long time, reading through everything. Finally, she looks up. Why are you showing me this? Why not just go to the police yourself? Because I want him to lose everything. Not just face legal consequences, but lose his reputation, his career, his endorsements, his fans. I want everyone to know who he really is. I lean forward. And you have something I don't. You have a platform. You have followers who trust you. You have the ability to make this story go viral. You want me to destroy him publicly. I want us to destroy him publicly. She's quiet again, staring into her untouched latte. When she speaks, her voice is different, harder. He made me complicit in this. My Instagram posts at those restaurants, those hotels, they're evidence of money laundering now, aren't they? Potentially. And he made me the other woman without me knowing it. While you were going through IVF treatments, losing a baby. She looks up at me. He's been playing both of us. Yes. What exactly are you proposing? I pull out a second folder. This one contains printouts of news articles about other athletes who have fallen from grace, analysis of social media campaigns that have toppled celebrities, contact information for financial journalists at major publications. I'm proposing we take control of this narrative. You publicly break up with him and expose the affair. I provide evidence of the financial crimes to the authorities and the media. We coordinate the timing so it all comes out at once. Maximum impact. Zara flips through the pages. This is incredibly detailed. I've had a lot of time to think it through. And what do we get out of it, besides revenge? Justice, and in your case, probably protection from prosecution if you cooperate with the investigation. She's nodding slowly now. When do we start? How about now? The plan unfolds over the next 2 weeks like a perfectly choreographed dance. Zara breaks up with Marcus in the most public way possible, during a live Instagram story with 50,000 viewers, revealing not just the affair but his lies about being separated. The screenshots of his fake divorce papers, his promises that he was almost free, his manipulation of them both. The internet explodes. While social media is dissecting Marcus's personal life, I'm having carefully orchestrated conversations with financial journalists. Anonymous tips backed up by concrete evidence. Bank records that show a pattern of hidden income. Shell companies traced back to his business manager. Offshore accounts in jurisdictions that don't cooperate with UK tax authorities. By the time the sports world catches up to the personal scandal, the financial scandal is already breaking in the Financial Times and BBC News. The numbers are staggering. Over £15 million in undeclared income over 5 years. Manchester United suspends him pending investigation. Nike terminates his endorsement deal. His other sponsors follow like dominoes falling. I watch it all unfold from our living room, sipping tea and feeling something I haven't felt in months: satisfaction. Marcus comes home on a Wednesday evening looking like he's aged 5 years in 5 days. His phone hasn't stopped ringing. Lawyers, agents, journalists, teammates. He barely looks at me as he pours himself 3 fingers of whiskey. Bad day, I ask mildly. He laughs, but there's no humor in it. The worst day of my life. The club's talking about terminating my contract. The tax people want to freeze all our accounts. And that crazy bitch posted everything online for the whole world to see. Which crazy bitch would that be? Zara, she's lost her mind, making up stories about fake divorce papers, and he stops mid-sentence, looking at me closely for the first time since he walked in. You're very calm about all this. Am I? Most wives would be screaming at me by now, throwing things, demanding answers. I set down my teacup. Most wives haven't spent the last 2 weeks systematically destroying their husband's life. The color drains from his face. What? The financial journalists didn't find those documents by magic, Marcus. Someone had to give them copies. Someone with access to your accounts, your phone, your private files. He's staring at me like he's never seen me before. You. Me. But why? Sarah, I can explain about Zara. It was a mistake, a moment of weakness. I was going to end it. Stop. My voice cuts through his excuses. Don't insult my intelligence. I know about the 3 months of texts, the apartment you bought her, the lies about us being separated, the fake divorce papers. He sinks into the chair across from me. How? You left your phone at the hospital the day I lost our baby. I had 6 hours to go through everything while you were at training, pretending to be the grieving husband. Sarah, please, we can work through this. The affair's the money, I can fix it. I can make it right. No, you can't. I stand up, smoothing my dress. You can't fix the baby you killed with your stress and lies. You can't fix the hysterectomy that means I'll never carry another child. You can't fix the years of deception or the millions you stole while I worried about affording fertility treatments. I never meant for any of this to happen. But it did happen, and now you're going to face the consequences. The doorbell rings. Through the window, I can see 2 people in suits. That'll be HMRC. They're here to arrest you for tax evasion. Marcus looks at me with something that might be respect mixed with terror. You really did destroy me. Yes, I say, walking to answer the door. I did. 6 months later, I'm sitting in a different coffee shop with Zara, reading the morning headlines. Marcus's trial starts next week. The prosecution is seeking 8 years for tax evasion and fraud. His football career is over, his assets have been seized, and his reputation is in tatters. Any regrets? Zara asks, stirring honey into her tea. I consider the question. Do I regret discovering that my marriage was built on lies? That my husband was a criminal who betrayed me in the worst possible way? That I spent every ounce of energy I had left plotting his downfall instead of grieving properly? No, I say finally. Do you? Not even a little. She's rebuilt her brand around authenticity and transparency. Her follower count is higher than ever, and she's become an advocate for women who have been deceived by partners. Though I do wonder what we would have done if we'd been different people, if we just walked away, started over quietly. We wouldn't have gotten justice. True, she raises her cup. To justice, then. To justice. We clink our teacups together. 2 women who discovered that sometimes the best revenge isn't living well. It's making sure the person who wronged you loses everything they valued more than your heart. Outside, it's starting to rain, but for the first time in months, I feel like the storm is finally over. My favorite part? When Sarah sat in that coffee shop with Zara, the mistress, and instead of a catfight, these 2 women realized they'd both been played and decided to team up. The hunter became the hunted, and Marcus had no idea what was coming. What was your favorite moment from this story? Was it Sarah screenshotting everything in the hospital bed, the coffee shop alliance with Zara, or watching Marcus's empire crumble in real time? Drop it in the comments below. If you love stories where victims reclaim their power and make their oppressors pay for every lie, hit that subscribe button. More stories of justice served cold coming your way.